Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, goldpaydirtreviews.com. And normally I'd be telling you about how excited I was to be doing a bag of Paydirt by whatever seller it is, but I'm not. I'm not excited. Not that I don't love this seller or his Paydirt, but this is, and I'll tell you why in a second, I'm not excited. I'm actually really scared. And this video is going to be a little different, and I'll tell you about that in a second as well. But this is from jimbosgold.com, and this is his Arizona Extreme Paydirt. And it's something I've wanted to review for a long time, but I've honestly been really scared because it has 1 gram of gold added, but the largest size gold in this bag is -50. So everything in this bag will be -50 and less for gold. So, you know, and it's just one of those things where if you were going to pan out this whole bag, it would take hours. You know, this is really something that you're supposed to use for equipment, which is why this video is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to run this. I'm going to partially do a review, and I will do a final review with it, but I won't be panning out all of the material. I will be running this through my gold cube, and then whatever's left out of the gold cube, I'll be panning that to do my final review for Jimbos Gold Extreme bag. So a little bit more about this bag, then we'll get to the gold cube part. So again, this is jimbosgold.com. It's his Extreme 1-pound bag from Arizona. It costs $54.99. Shipping is $7.15 via priority mail. So your grand total for this bag is $62.14. It has 1 gram of gold added, as I stated, and everything will be -50 or below. So let's just open it up and get into it now. And while I'm classifying it, I really don't think anything in here will be really big. You know, it should all be pretty much under 20 at least. So but we will find out. But what I'm going to do, I am going to be running this through the gold cube to see how good the gold cube is at catching all this -50 and -100 Paydirt, which is, you know, what it's supposed to do. But I will also, you know, then I will be panning out whatever's left over just so we can see. So let's see if there's anything in the over 10. Didn't really look like anything, but oh, a couple little pieces of twigs. Here, let me get this out of here. This is -100 gold. I got to make sure I get everything, all the dust and everything. So just like a twig or something, nothing major. So nothing that's going to have gold in it. So now let's go to the -10 plus 20. So this should be a really good test on the gold cube as well as my own skills. Because I'm still going to end up with about a cup of material, probably, maybe a little less, depending. I might run the gold cube for a while once it's in there to help it run out as much of the black sands and everything else as possible. Just because, like I said, this stuff really terrifies me. You know, if you ever pan out -100 material, it's not fun. It's pretty much a big old pain in the butt. But, you know, and it takes forever because, you know, right when you're like, oh, you know, a whole bunch of gold will get down and get out of the way. So it's just really nothing in the -20 too. I thought for a minute there that there was going to be a lot of material in the -10 plus 20, but nothing really. I will, you know, I will leave these. Anything, you know, like this, I'll leave and just pan this out. I won't run this through the gold cube. There's really no point in that. If there's a big piece of gold like that, it's obvious the gold cube will catch it. I just want the really fine material is what I'm really after. I will run this, the -20 plus 30 and the -30 through the gold cube. And then come back and show you how much material is left, and I will pan it out. And then see if the gold cube caught all of it. Good. But since the gold cube is supposed to be such a beast, and if you saw my last video with the gold cube and how it ran through material, It's not going to be a really fair battle, the gold cube versus Jimbos gold, since Jimbos is only 1 pound. And last time I ran through, you know, 5 gallons or 4 gallons of material. So I am going to add some dirt to this just to make it even more challenging for the gold cube. And while I'm doing this, I will show you. And this is what I'm going to be adding. This is 4 pounds of it's mostly black sands, or magnetic black sands, and it's probably about 75% black sands, 25% blondes. So, and that's 4 more pounds. This in total will end up being 5 pounds I'm going to run through the gold cube to find 1 gram of gold. Now there might be more than 1 gram of gold, and I'm really hoping there is, because, you know, more is always better. But I have to find a minimum of 1 gram of gold for this to be a success. So, if the gold cube finds a gram, the gold cube wins. If it finds less, then Jimbo's gold wins. And that'll mean I'll have to go through all 5 pounds of material, panning it, and that will suck. But, let me get all this. Alright, so there we go. This is the material. As you can see, it's almost all minus 30 as I expected since all the gold. A little bit of this, nothing really in the plus 10 or minus 20, or minus 10 plus 20. So, let me really quickly see how much of this is as you can see, I mean, it's just oodles and oodles of black sand. And my magnet was wet, so I shouldn't have really done that. Well, I'll take this out with me and rinse it off in the pan, in the cube. So, that's going to be it. I'll be right back, and I'm not going to... Well, I will show you the results of the panning from these, but these two will be combined into the gold cube. So, I'll be right back, and let me pan out the the plus 10, and then I'll do both of those in one little shoot. So, I'm going to go pan those top 2 out, and we'll see how much gold is in them, if any. Well, I did find gold. I didn't find any gold in the plus 10 material, but I did find some gold in the minus 10 plus 20. I'll see if I can show it to you. It is just carrying along Paydirt gold. It was just stuff that was in the dust. There is essentially 5 or 6 really small minus 50 pieces of gold. There might be a couple more just floating around in there. But it was, you know, very scary to see that that's the type of gold you're going to have to pan out of all that material. So, I still have, luckily, I'm not going to be panning all of this or all of this. I am going to be running it through the gold cube. But, to make it fair, I will also be adding, as I showed you, the 4 pounds of Paydirt, or just dirt. There's no pay in it. It's previously been run through the gold cube, so there's no gold in it. So, I'll be right back, and I'll show you how much material I have left over. Here, real quick, let me do something. I'm going to weigh up how much dirt this is, so then we can see how much is left. Make sure I keep the one with the gold on top, just so we can see how much material the gold cube changed this to. So, I have 4 pounds. I know that was 4 pounds. It is water weight, but let's see. So these are 4-ounce pans. So this is 1 pound, 5.9 ounces. The original bag was 1.64, I believe, ounces. So it is essentially 0.5 of an ounce. A half of an ounce is what was in the over 20. So this plus 4 pounds, so it'll be roughly right around 5 pounds because some of the other stuff is wet. So I'll be right back. Let me go run it through the gold cube, and you'll watch that video as well today. And I'll show you me processing that through the gold cube. So you get 2 videos today. All right. Be back with what's left over. All right. I am finished panning everything out as well as running everything through the gold cube. If you remember in the plus 10, I don't know if you're able to see it. I'm half blind from panning all this material. But I found about 5 little pieces that were just obviously in the, just dust. The gold cube recovered all of this. A nice little bit. Zoom out. As you can see, it's beautiful. And then, after the gold cube ran everything, I repanned everything that was left over, and this is what I recovered. So, gold cube did miss some gold. How much? I don't know. You have to watch the gold cube video to see that. This one's a review video. So, I'm pretty happy with what I've recovered. I don't know if it's a gram or not. I will say it was really rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right back with my final thoughts, the review, and the ROI. So be right back. All right, dried out all the gold, and as you can see, lots and lots of really fine gold. And that was a big old pain. That was a monster job. So let's get into it. This is Jimbos Gold. It is 1 pound of extreme Paydirt, and I do mean it is extreme. He used that word. It's guaranteed 1 gram of gold. As of today, the gold spot is $41.61. I paid $54.99 for this. Shipping was $7.15 for a grand total of $62.14. Total gold recovered was 1.164 grams of gold. So, it definitely was the 1 gram in there, had a little bit of extra in there. The total gold value is $48.43. So, my ROI was 77.94%. And to be honest, the ROI is probably a little higher because this stuff was a nightmare. I mean, just getting it out of pans, it was so fine. I probably lost the $2 that I'm going to find the next time I run my 5 gallons of cons. So, I'm sure it might have had, I'm sure I lost a little bit of gold. This is something that, it was just hard. So, but anyway, the ROI was 77.94%, and the AROI was 63.91%. So, I mean, it was a really good bag of gold. Not gonna complain. It was, So, for my final review, for a ROI, I'm giving it a 7.8. AROI is 6.4. Now, for the fun factor, I'm going to give it a 10 because it is exactly what they say it is. It is extreme Paydirt. Now, it's that kind of fun, like, sticking your finger in a rat trap or eating some really sour candy. Something that you want to do or try, but you're really going to regret it afterwards. I don't know if I'd ever want to pan this out again. I mean, I did have a harder time because I stupidly added 4 extra pounds of dirt to it. So, I was definitely a glutton for punishment in that. And it took me forever. I mean, this video is going to be out very late, if at all, tonight, just because, I just spent horrendous amounts of time panning to get all the gold out of it. After, most of it was run through the gold cube, but I did have to get some. I ended up getting 0.038 panning. And 1.126 grams of it came out of the gold cube. So, to get that last 0.04 was a nightmare, especially out of 4 pounds of Paydirt. So, alright, so the fun factor was a 10. It is what it is, and it's fun. If you want to really, especially for equipment, this is great stuff if you want to run equipment. Panning, you gotta be out your mind. But, some people like that, like me, so, next time I would never do it with added Paydirt. I'll just give the 1 pound a try. So the total value was an 8.1. My overall experience was a 10. I had no issues with this at all. Paydirt description is a 10. He tells you it's going to be a nightmare, and it is a nightmare. Paydirt quantity, this was 1 pound a bag, and I ended up getting 1.6. So it was 6 ounces extra, so it definitely met that criteria. Packaging, you know I love Jimbos Gold. It comes in these wonderful Mylar bags, and it was actually double bagged. So, I mean, there's nothing going through that. So that's a 10. Customer service, as always, a 10, and the shipping was a 10. So the total score for Jimbos Gold Extreme Paydirt is going to be a 9.2. So it's wonderful stuff. If you have someone that you know that likes panning Paydirt and you really want to torture them, get them a bag of this. If you want to torture yourself, get a bag of this. So, all right, thanks everybody. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, share it, and like it. As always, thanks.